It is Sunday, week 16, NFL Parlay edition. We got two parlays for you all. Normally it's Austin, joined by Logan, but Logan's actually in real life. He's right over here. He'll be on screen in a second when he gives out his parlay, but we got to talk all about these parlays for Sunday. We're also going to do an identical video for Monday, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully you guys are having a happy holidays. As always, we always put the quick link down below. If you're betting these on FanDuel, we make your life easy. Go down below, top links in the description. You'll see one for Austin and Logan's parlay. You click it and it'll load in all the legs for you on FanDuel. Definitely take advantage of that. Cool, sweet little feature. Not everyone has access to it, but we're able to get access to it for you guys to save you guys some time. So take advantage of that. Happy holidays. Let's dive into the picks, though. We have our Sunday best bets video that was already posted before this one. Go check it out. We've been on a scorching run in the NFL, and hopefully we can continue that on Sunday and continue that on Monday. There's tons of free squares out there. All that stuff is linked down below. But I'm going to start with mine. Throw it up on the screen. We're going to break it down leg by leg and kind of unveil each leg as we go on. The first one, Chuba Hubbard of the Carolina Panthers, 50-plus rushing yards. If you watch my NFL Best Bets video, I'll give you a spoiler. I'm on his over in rush attempts, which is at 16.5. We've talked about him the last few weeks. Since they fired Frank Reich, they're running the football. They refuse to pass the ball for whatever reason, but they're running it. And I really like Chuba Hubbard. He's been the lead back in this backfield, seeing 20-plus rush attempts. And while he hasn't necessarily been the most efficient runner this year, confident he can get us 50 against the Packers, who honestly don't have the greatest rush defense in the league. So I'll take Chuba Hubbard for 50+. I like his regular line at 70 as well. The next line, going to Minnesota, where we're taking Jared Goff for 225-plus passing yards. Now, this is a game on the road. I don't normally like to trust Jared Goff there, but I think that does lead to them not being able to run. They could potentially be in a deficit and having to throw more, and it's also in a dome, so we're not really worried about any weather concerns, which sometimes is what happens to nuke Jared Goff's pass yards. But on the road in Minnesota against a team that the Vikings really good at stopping the run. They don't give up a ton of rushing yards, especially up the middle. So I don't see a big game coming from David Montgomery. Instead, I think they lean on Jared Goff's arm. He's been super consistent. They also blitz a ton. So I think we're going to see them get the ball out of his hands quickly to his playmakers. I like Jared Goff to get his 225. A hit rate, very good. I think he has a good chance of getting that. Now, my leg three is an ugly team. It's Garrett Wilson of the New York Jets, 50-plus receiving yards. Now, he is another one of my props this week, and you have to watch that NFL Best Bets video that I did, posted on Saturday around noontime. But when you check that out, you'll know that I'm on Garrett Wilson in some way. You can see how I'm playing it there. But I really think against the Commanders, it's now or never. And this is the matchup against a team giving up, I think, the second, third most receiving yards to wide receivers. If you know how to run routes, which Garrett Wilson does, you will catch passes against the Commanders. They cannot stop anyone. It's now or never for Garrett Wilson. I know it's been a bad season for him. They're out of the playoffs, but I still do think Garrett Wilson still can at least put in a good statistical season and build on something for next year. So I really like him in this matchup against the Commanders. Then my last two legs, Trey McBride of the Arizona Cardinals, 50-plus receiving yards, going up against the Bears. Tougher matchup in terms of for wide receivers, but honestly, the Cardinals just don't have any wide receivers for Kyler Murray to throw to, and it's a tough matchup to run against the Bears too. I mean, you see the Bears give up one of the lowest yards per carry, so James Conner, don't expect a big day from him. I think they're going to have to throw it, and Marquise Hollywood-Brown out. Trey McBride, really, I mean, a tight end for him. I like that matchup a little bit better than a wide receiver against the Bears, but at the end of the day, they got to throw it to someone, and McBride's been piling up like 10 targets a week. I think he can get his 50 receiving yards. And then my final leg to wrap up this parlay, which we're getting at plus 533, is Jake Ferguson for 4+ receptions. I also like him if you're trying to do some receiving yards or something like that, but Ferguson has had 5 or more receptions in 3 straight. If you watch the NFL Best Bets video, which I feel bad, plugging that like 8 times, it's because I'm also on Ferguson's regular over in receiving yards, but I really think Ferguson is in for a good matchup. Xavier Howard, Jalen Ramsey will have to go out there and guard CeeDee Lamb and, the talented wide receivers the Cowboys have to offer. I think we're going to see a lot of underneath targets go to Ferguson. Hopefully he turns those into yards, but at the worst, if he can cash this, 4 receptions for me, I certainly will take it. You remember my parlay last week. We got all the way down to the last 2 legs and we cannot come through. Hopefully that is not the case this Sunday. I really like this parlay that I have. Plus 533, I will take a stab at it. But I'm going to throw it to Logan. He's going to come in and give out his favorite parlay for Sunday, and we need a winner. One of our first videos in real life. Take it away, Logan. Here you go.
It's good to finally record these in person. I love seeing Austin in person. It would be even better? We both cash parlays together. I hope everyone has a safe and happy holiday, and I hope you're able to watch these legs of the parlay and tick them off one by one. Let's start with the first leg. My Carolina Panthers. Austin's trusting a Carolina Panther. I'm also trusting one, but I'm actually trusting Bryce Young to get 150+ passing yards. Look, at the end of the day, for a quarterback, I just think this is too disrespectfully low. His normal passing yards line is still under 200. I just think he can dink and dunk his way, Adam Thielen or the tight ends on Carolina. I think probably going to be in a negative game script against Green Bay and, going back and forth. I think Bryce Young gets us 150 plus passing yards as the first leg. Now let's go to the second leg. It's going to be a receiver, and I'm taking Amari Cooper of the Browns, 40 plus receiving yards. Look, I really like the chemistry, he's kind of developed with Joe Flacco. I think Joe Flacco's, giving them a pretty good option, at quarterback to, get some deep shots down the field. And I think that's where Amari Cooper thrives. If you told me, Logan, he hits this line in the first quarter, I would say absolutely a wide receiver talented like Amari Cooper. I definitely think he can get us 40 plus receiving yards. Now let's talk about another talented pass catcher, leg 3, Justin Jefferson, 60 plus receiving yards. Look, in a divisional showdown versus the Lions and the Lions secondary, I've seen the Lions secondary definitely give up their fair share of receiving yards, and Justin Jefferson should be no exception. Playing at home, playing in a big time game, this is just when those big wide receivers show up. I think Justin Jefferson does get his way to 60 plus receiving yards. I finally liked what I saw last week. Him kind of arriving after injury and everything. I think Justin Jefferson does get us 60 plus receiving yards. That segues into another pass catcher, really talented guy. You ever heard of Tyreek Hill of the Dolphins? I'm taking him 70 plus receiving yards, and if you told me he could get this on one drive, absolutely. We've seen them be able to scheme Tyreek Hill wide open down the middle of the field. I think this Dallas secondary is going to try to game plan for him, but you can't really double him because Jalen Waddle has shown the ability to feast as well. So I think Tyreek Hill, 70 plus receiving yards, definitely something he can do. His lines are always set, near 100 for a reason. 70 plus, taking this alt line down, I do really like it there. Now leg 5, I'm taking an under in this. Is that even allowed, Austin? Well, I'm taking Justin Fields of the Bears under 19 and a half pass completions. At the end of the day, if you're talking quarterbacks in the NFL, if you're talking accurate quarterbacks, Justin Fields does not enter that conversation. He just takes too many inaccurate deep throws for me to ever look at his completions line and be like, yeah, 20 completions, that's absolutely something he can do. Now, look, he could go out and get 20 completions. I've seen him do it before. But at the end of the day, he's just one of those quarterbacks that gets a little bit too ambitious down the field, tries to get, throw the deep shots a lot. And if his primary read's not there, he's also very quick to pull the ball down. I think Arizona's secondary is definitely going to play him like that, and they might let him run a little bit, but it doesn't really matter because I think the Arizona defense does step up a little bit and limits Justin Fields' completions. So that will do it for my parlay. Plus 524 on the screen. Again, I hope everyone has a safe and happy holiday, and we are definitely going to cash this one.
And that, my friends, is how you make some money to go in and buy some Christmas gifts for your friends and family. We're smacking those on Sunday. We'll have an identical video for Monday's slate. So if you want to stay tuned for that one, that will be posted around probably Sunday afternoon, evening time. So definitely stay tuned for that. We have 3 games on Monday. Logan and I kind of chose 1 or 2 legs from each game, kind of combined them together, figured out our best plays for Monday. But this is just Sunday. We got to get through Sunday. Hopefully smack both these entries. I really like what Logan was talking about, like the Justin Fields under. I mean, they are also 4.5 point favorites, which when was the last time the Bears were like 5 point favorites against anyone? That's crazy. And then Logan talked about Justin Jefferson. We're on him in some capacity. So I really like it. I think we had a great shot at least hitting one of these. We've been so close. I feel like, we had that run where Logan hit one, then I hit one in 2 straight weeks. We've just been 2 straight weeks, I think, where we've had a couple duds and just some random bad beats thing where like Zay Flowers doesn't get 25 receiving yards or something like that. But I really like the ones we got. So as always, let us know your favorite picks down below. Hit that subscribe button if you want to go check out our NFL Best Bets video for Sunday's slate. We have 4 picks, and we've been on an 8-1 run prior to Saturday. Hopefully we turn that into a 10-1 run on Saturday's edition of NFL Games. You guys have a wonderful day. Austin, Logan signing out. You see us in that NFL Parlays video for Monday. We'll see you then. Peace.